Lil Migo was in the passenger seat. Lil Migo survived everything that was going on. They said that dude didn't pull up. Next thing you know, dude hanging out the window. He started blowing. He let off like 8 shots. And that's when the car instantly sped out of control. One of the tires busted. I want y'all to really look at this. This sad. That's crazy as hell.
And, you know, that's what's going on. Raven, you know, she wanted to keep things, like I said, on the wrap. She didn't want to let this information get out. You know, and when they cut off the car at the front, they actually, how they cut it off was they went sideways in front of it, so the car kind of T-boned him. You know, the gunner was shooting out the window at him. You know, he tried to back up into reverse, but they busted out one of his wheels and he kind of sped out of control.
Throw them dolphins in the check, throw them dolphins on my hat, throw them dolphins on the black, put a dolphin on my back, leave your shit on 4 flats, we collect the tags, 100 racks to get you.
Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Throw them dolphins down in the comment section. Let me know if you rocking with Young Dolph.
Let's jump into it. So Blac Youngsta, his cousin got killed, and MPD responded quicker than they did with Big Jook and Young Dolph's murder. And the reason for that is because of all the that have been happening in Memphis streets and his connections and ties to Raven and CMG. You know, Raven's fingerprints, they were on the desk of the computer and on the seat of the getaway driver's car. She orchestrated the death and the of Young Dolph because...
Wait. So you mean to tell me Raven went around the city all this time acting like she ain't had shit to do with it, but whole time she played a part in what happened with Young Dolph? Tell me a little more, man.
Absolutely. Raven was in to deep ties and connections with Gotti during the time she was talking with Young Dolph. That's what we came to find out through investigation. You know, but she was also playing both sides, remember, of CMG and PRE. She was also three-waying with Blac Youngsta at the time, too.
Wait, when was she three-waying Blac Youngsta? They ain't say shit about that.
They wanted to keep it on wraps. Raven, you know, she was putting fake propaganda out there. She was trying to cover up her tracks, but we did more investigation. We had people look through her cellular data. You know, detectives.
I saw a video on YouTube. I don't mean to cut you off, but I saw a video on YouTube where they said they released the whole, like, the phone records and all this. Like, hey, man, if they releasing phone records, that means they got footage from off the little light post that's right there. What all this went down at. You know, right there at the red, yellow, and green stoplight.
Yes,
they got
absolutely.
the thing on top of it. It's crazy what happened with Blac Youngsta cousin, but I want y'all to really pay close attention. They said that the dudes, the way that they did it, they got in front of Blac Youngsta cut. They went around his car, got in front of him. Then they turned around and aimed it at the window. Once they put the gun at the window, that's when Blac Youngsta cut. They already knew for a fact they could hit Blac Youngsta cousin up, all up in here.
Somebody got out of the car and started into the guy and his vehicle. You know, they ran back into the car and then they just drove off around the corner.
So where did Blac Youngsta artist Lil Migo go? Like, did they rush? Like, did he get hit any times?
Lil Migo had a bulletproof vest on at the time. He got hit twice, but his bulletproof vest was the thing that saved him. He was bruised up, but no gunshot wounds.
Damn.
That's what saved him right there. He was lucky that nothing hit him in his neck or anything above because, remember, the vest only covers your chest. So his arms were still, you know, liable to get hit, his legs, his head, but he was also in a bulletproof vehicle too during the time. That's the reason when they tried to T-bone him, they couldn't really move his vehicle because his vehicle was bulletproof and it was armored up.
Wait, was the windows bulletproof?
Yes, the windows.
Because they hit him up all up in his chest.
Yes, absolutely, the windows were bulletproof. And then Lil Migo's also
so that means that they had to get him outside of the car.
Well, and that's the thing. Lil Migo's used people as human shields in his car. He had the driver taking the bullets if anything was to get in, you know.
Did they have a door? Wait, did they pull after they sped out of control after they hit up the vehicle? I know that if you got a bulletproof car, as soon as them bullets hit the front of the window, that shit it's gonna instantly make it to where you can't see. It's gonna be blurry because it's gonna shatter all the glass. When they pulled over, what happened? They tried to hop out and run?
Yeah, absolutely. They had another getaway vehicle down the alleyway that was right next, connected to the building. So all they had to do was run about 10 meters. They were already into their new getaway vehicle.
Damn.
That vehicle was just a bait. It was just a bait and switch. So they, you know, they did their dirty deed. They dropped the guns in the area. You know, the only problem was that the guns weren't supposed to be dropped over there. They were supposed to be thrown away in an ocean somewhere. But they accidentally dropped the guns right there because they were in such a rush. You know, one of them that was part of the getaway, like, you know, that was for the bait for Lil Migos, actually got shot. They had to carry him down the alleyway. And, you know, he's screaming while, you know, us, we're coming to investigate. And also, you know, his rival is coming after him, too, to try to blast him down the alleyway.
Damn, that's crazy because... Hey, RP Young Dolph, regardless of what's going on, I want everybody to drop them dolphins down in the comments. Drop them 999s down in the comment section. Let me know if you're a fan of Young Dolph. This crazy because Memphis heating up. Regardless of what happened, they said Lil Migo, Blac Youngsta, and Big Jook was the same people who was involved with this 40K that was put on Grove Hero head. This crazy as hell.
Yep, and then, you know, going on with this, that when Raven's fingerprints were on the desk of the computer and on the seat of the getaway driver's car, you know, saying that we're talking about earlier how she orchestrated the death of Young Dolph because of Yo Gotti and CMG. They paid her on a deal of over $250,000, you know, and the greed got to Raven even though Young Dolph helped her and her family through financial hardships. And that's the terrible thing that, you know, happened in all of this whole situation of, you know, Young Dolph was trying to look out for his friends, his family, you know, his community.
I don't blame him.
You know, the condolences, my heart goes out for the guy because I listened to some of his music. And, you know, Young Dolph was a young artist. He was upcoming. And that's the sad thing. We have a lot of these young upcoming artists that are just getting killed in such terrible and awful ways when that should have never happened.
But all this shit is street beef. This shit ain't nothing but street beef. Everything that's going on, they know for a fact that they try to keep it in the street. Like, I don't blame them, but at the same time, you got to really look at it. When you lose somebody who big like Young Dolph, like, crazy off of that.
Well, it's the jealousy and the greed, you know. Even if someone's trying to do right by you, you know, these people, they plot in their minds that, how does he have all this money? How does he or she? And
that's some jealous ass shit, though, low key.
And that's the thing, though. But people can't seem to be on each other's side. You know, they can't root for that person saying, "Hey, you did good." Instead, they want a piece of their pie, even though they didn't do anything to earn it. You know, they just want to take it the easy way, whether it's hurting the person, stealing from the person, or being deceitful. And you know, that person could give their all to them, and then that's their wrongdoing. That's their downfall right there.
That's why I always tell. It's the same way Young Dolph got that money, he stayed in the hood. Big Jook, he had that money, he was coming back and forth to the hood. He f***ed up because he put himself in a situation that led him to end up, like he got backdoored by his own people. They said that it was an inside man, and I always tell people, when you get the bag, move out the hood. Regardless of what's going on, you really got to pay close attention to the key facts in this because the way that they did this shit, it all goes to show that Big Jook knew that he was finna die because they already, Moneybagg Yo already responded to his text message. He told them, you can't even trust the people in your family.
And, you know, that's the thing. Raven also did this. You know, it was initially, the payment was supposed to be for $250,000, but she got a little too greedy. And, you know, we found out through more investigations, and even she had a hidden stash of over $500,000 in her household, in her basement.
That's why she probably stopped working. That's why 901 Trigger Trade, that's why he been off the scene for a minute, and they said 901 Trigger Trade was right across the street.
Yep, and CMG, and they were paying her more at the time to pretty much, you know, keep continuing on doing the bad deeds. You know, she was involved in Big Jook's killing, and they offered her another $250,000 plus a private house that she can have in the Bahamas right now. You know, a lot of
that
people...
shit crazy because they said Yo Gotti up in, he be going back and forth to Bali out there with old girl Daddy. Yes. Old girl that he messed with Daddy. What's her name?
Angela Simmons.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the thing with Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti's facing problems with Angela Simmons because, you know, him and Raven were
going... Is they ass still together? I done saw so much on the internet where saying all type of stuff. They saying they done broke up. She done left them out. Like, come on, man.
Well, Angela Simmons is heartbroken. You know, she trusted this guy as to be her husband, you know, her lover and stuff, and she's been trying to give him chances. But Yo Gotti, you know, he has a thing with Raven, and you know, it has to do with the blood money from Young Dolph and you know the setup and everything that they had planned in retaliation. You know, but karma comes back on people. And
it does. Like, when you really pay attention to it, it do come back on you, regardless of what you did. The shit always come back 10 times.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, Raven, she thought she could get out of this like just clean. You know, nothing was going to happen to her. She wasn't going to get caught. But you know, once you get a little too greedy and you don't pull out the game, like you said, you get caught up in it, and you think that you're getting out of it, but you're still in the game.